Throughout this shutdown, Democrats have said this quiet part out loud. Senator Chuck Schumer, the leader of the caucus that is refusing to open the government, said, quote, "Every day gets better as the shutdown continues." Ask the air traffic controllers if every day is getting better, Senator Schumer, and they will tell you absolutely not. House Democrat Catherine Clark said, "There are going to be families that are going to suffer. We take that responsibility seriously, but this is one of the few leverage points that we have." Here is a House Democrat who is admitting that they are using Americans who are suffering as political leverage. And Senator Bernie Sanders said, "If you reopen the government, we lose our leverage." This is pure partisan games. A senior Democrat aide said the party will not end the shutdown, quote, "short of planes falling out of the sky." That is truly a disturbing statement. The Democrats clearly don't care about this suffering. The Democrats clearly don't care about this suffering. They care about playing political games against President Trump, and this dangerous charade needs to end. The president, in Republicans' position, has been clear and unchanged. Pass a clean, nonpartisan funding bill to reopen the government, and then we can talk about all of the partisan issues that the Democrats wish to. If you're watching at home, we urge you to call your Democrat senators and tell them to put our country over their party and reopen the government today. Democrats are solely responsible for all of this unnecessary pain. Why are they doing it? To give taxpayer-funded healthcare benefits to illegal aliens, some of whom are violent criminals. During the 4 years of Joe Biden's administration, the Democrats forced Border Patrol to admit illegal aliens into our country with no legal status and minimal screening. We are now on day 23 of the Democrat government shutdown. Senate Democrats have voted 12 separate times now to keep the government closed. Innocent Americans are suffering every day as a result. More than 500,000 civilian federal employees will miss a full paycheck tomorrow. Thousands of small business loans are going unapproved each month. This means almost $4 billion in capital is being withheld from small businesses across the country. Thousands of small business loans are going unapproved each month. This means almost $4 billion in capital is being withheld from small businesses across the country. The Democrat shutdown is also causing severe impacts at airports across the country. In one single day this week, the FAA had to issue ground stops impacting flights at Houston's George Bush Intercontinental Airport and Hobby Airport. 13,000 air traffic controllers who ensure that we all fly safely are continuing to work without pay. This is egregious and truly sad. Some of them are reportedly being forced to turn to driving for Uber and taking on other second jobs to make ends meet as the Democrats continue to shut down the government. Pilots are calling on Democrats to end this dangerous political game. The president of the Southwest Airlines Pilot Association called for the clean continuing resolution to be passed, saying, quote, "Our air traffic controllers and the broader air traffic system are already operating under immense pressure. A government shutdown only compounds that stress and threatens the efficiency of our skies." The Airline Pilots Association International, which represents more than 80,000 pilots, is sounding the alarm as well. They said this shutdown is undermining our system's safety.
Joining us now is Emily Jashinsky, host of After Party with Emily Jashinsky on MK Media, and Alex Tarasio, Signal Principal and pollster. Thank you both so much for joining us. The government shutdown has passed the 3-week mark and it seems like there's no end in sight. Today was the 12th GOP attempt to reopen the government, which was stalled and blocked by Senate Democrats. Schumer and the Democrats are demanding there be a deal to extend expiring Obamacare subsidies, while Senate Republicans remain adamant that there is no path forward available on the matter until the government is reopened. Yet while this shutdown is dragging on, Trump's approval rating is only going up.
In 2018/2019, Donald Trump's net approval rating was already falling. The shutdown was eating into his popular support. It was down 3 points already at this particular point and would fall considerably more. It was very much on the decline. You come over to this side of the screen, this shutdown hasn't eaten into Donald Trump's support at all. His net approval rating is actually up a point in terms of his popular support. So the bottom line is this: the first shutdown during Trump's first term, 2018-2019, was hurting Donald Trump. This one is not hurting him at all. There's no real reason Donald Trump might say, at least when it comes to popular support, I want to get out of this shutdown.
It's interesting, the latest Reuters Ipsos poll also shows that 42% of Americans approve of Trump's performance in office, which is up 2 points from the survey conducted earlier this month. Alex, let's start with you. What do you make of the boost in popularity amid the shutdown?
I think it's indicative of a few things. First, Donald Trump had a really big win just a little while ago, and that is the Gaza peace deal. In particular, when you're looking at the sample for this poll, this was of all adults. And I know for Australian audiences where you have compulsory voting, this may not be a factor. But for Americans, if you're polling all adults versus registered voters versus who my firm tends to poll, which is likely voters, you do get pretty different results. And all adults means you'll get people that are less engaged. They are the 30% or more of Americans who are less likely to vote in an election. Those are younger. And those are people who aren't watching the news as much. For those people, Gaza broke through, and Trump did increase his popularity with them. Those are also the kinds of people who voted for him in 2024, lower propensity voters, especially young people. And so he got a real win with them. I saw that in the Quinnipiac data that had him negative on nearly every issue, but he had swung to +6 on his handling of Israel and Gaza compared to -25 the last time they had polled on that issue. So that was a real win for him. And I think that's really why his numbers have increased so much.
Yeah, well, it's such a historic achievement. Emily, I want to get your thoughts. Would you say the shutdown's also hurting Democrats?
Well, most polling shows that Democrats aren't getting the blame for this, which I think is a pretty interesting glimpse into the media coverage phenomena, because we've seen however many government shutdowns in the past couple of decades where Republicans are the ones proudly withholding their votes from passing the funding bill. And in this case, that's Democrats. And so I think the media has helped Democrats escape the blame for this. But one of the across the board realities that we've learned from the last 2 decades of shutdown politics is that they really do not matter in the midterm elections, especially when those elections are more than a year into the future. They can contribute to the vibes of kind of the grassroots of either party and the base. But at the end of the day, people have concerns that include affordability, that include being able to pay their bills, that include really like meat and potatoes, material concerns. And a year from now, people aren't going to be thinking about this government shutdown.